I am the American Alpine.
I am the American Alpine Club. We're Jetpack Stickers, and we're so excited to be the official sticker sponsors of Winterfest 2025. We're more than just a sticker and label company. We're proud to be a part of this community. We're your neighbors, your friends, and a team of sticker fanatics who love to support artists, craft brewers, and outdoor adventurers like you. Check out jetpackstickers.com or swing by our booth today. Let's celebrate the fearless competitors, the adventurous spirit, and the community that keeps us all stuck together.
When you come to Longmont, it's easy to see the beautiful Colorado outdoors, the parks, the trails, all set against a Rocky Mountain backdrop. But there's so much more to find, like a vibrant downtown, or a museum that's hosted exhibits from Picasso to Lego, or community-owned utilities that include reliable power, abundant water, and NextLight fiber internet, repeatedly recognized as one of the fastest services in the nation. So whether you prefer to spend time making a splash, hanging at the festivals, or on the trails, we think that you'll find Longmont has it all. Longmont, come for the outdoors, stay for, well, everything.
Colorado sun, you keep me warm. You get a little cold sometimes, you leave before the storm. I ain't ever built a life all of my own, but I'm glad I found a place I can call home. Ooh, what a sweet little life it is. I ain't ever built a life all of my own, but I'm glad I found a place I can call home. Yeah, I'm glad I found a place I can call home. Yeah, I'm glad I found a place I can call home.
Hello and welcome to the 4th UIAA World Cup of the year. We're in America and the city of Longmont is hosting for the first time. We're at the Longmont Climbing Collective, an enormous gym which is the perfect playground for the world's best ice climbers. Now we're nearing the end of the 2025 season, which means we can start thinking about the overall winner. For the men's, things are tight at the top. Younghyun Lee is currently leading the way from Korea, but he's not here. And that opens the door for either Luna Ladavant or Benjamin Bossard to take the top spot. But it all depends on final results and whether Younghyun turns up in Canada. For the women, things are a little bit more simple. Sina Gertz is on an absolute roll, winning every World Cup. And although one World Cup out of the 5 is discounted, she is in a very good position to win the overall title, having made finals again tonight. So we caught up with Sina after the semi-finals to find out more about her season.
Season went so well for me. Like, it started off amazing in Korea, and that was only my second ever World Cup win. and it came kind of surprising there because I didn't climb so high in the route. And then, in South Fe, it just was totally my style because I like running through the wall, and also it's like my home event. And then it kept on going in Champagny, and there it was unbelievable to me because in this sport you slip so early and like mistakes just happen to the best really quickly. And I'm really thankful that it went so well 3 times in a row. I had a lot of little injuries since December. Like in December I fell on my ass like really hard, and I couldn't walk for a while. So it was like, I was off for a couple of weeks, and then I had some problem with my neck. And I think actually I really prefer climbing. No, not prefer climbing with injuries, but it takes off a lot of pressure off me. So I was not nervous at all for the first 2 rounds. And also for the third, I really could enjoy it, and like I had 0 expectations. The comp in Longmont was so cool because we had many more spectators, even like than in some finals from other events. So the atmosphere is really cool, and I really would have been sad if I didn't make the finals today.
Well, that's Sina Gertz's opinion. She hasn't qualified in the top spot for this final, but she's definitely in touch. But her rival, Kat Shirley, is in the number 1 spot for the women. We'll show you those, but we're going to look at the cup standings first of all. This is the current standings for the overall title for 2025. And we can see Sina, we just spoke to, 300 points. 1 World Cup is discounted, but she is in a very good position to take this. But you never know. Wu Xin, meanwhile, she isn't here in Canada. Marianne is, so she might be challenging. But as you can see, a long way behind in points. Kat Shirley, what a climb she had in semi-finals. Fantastic from her. The only one to top the route, and she's looking very relaxed out there. Ima's back in the final, as is Lorena Beck. Vivian Labrial and Haruku. This is our top 8 for the overall standings. It's about 100 points for a win here, and the same with the speed. We showed that before. And then for the men, Youngin Lee leading the way with 2:30, but he's not here either, and I'm not sure if he's going to be in Canada. So he might have opened the door for Benjamin Bossard and Luna, who are snapping at his heels right now with 216 and 177 points. Tristan Ladevin, what might have been if he had just climbed a little higher in France, but a big slip and a bit of a panic did send him down. The crowd, I'm not sure what the crowd are. I think they're trying to get something down from the wall using a giant pole on the right-hand side. I'm being told that there's a rope stuck in the wall, so we're dealing with the rope stuck in the wall at the moment. And I think the crowd are enjoying it. Right, let me introduce my co-commentator to you. Lindsay Levine is in the commentary box for the first time, right? Oh, sorry, I haven't put you on air. There you go. Lindsay, welcome. This is your first time doing this.
It is my very first time doing this.
Congratulations. Well, not congratulations. Thank you,
I'll take the congratulations for semi-final.
Yes. There is the knot in the rope right now. That is the offending rope. And you can see our... it's very difficult to hold a clip stick when it's that extended. So trick stuff. So, Lindsay, tell me a bit about yourself. You're on the USA team, right?
I'm on the USA team. This is my first season back after a long break for college. But I'm super excited to be cheering for Kat in these finals. And, of course, all the other competitors as well.
Cool, but you're allowed to be biased towards Kat. It's absolutely okay.
It's hard not to be. She's fabulous.
She is amazing, yeah. And how was your weekend climbing? Tell us about that.
My weekend climbing was very good. I was sick for a long time this winter before Korea. And so my power endurance pace was very bad, but I've spent the last 2 weeks doing 4x6 bouldering, which is just a lot of climbing, and it helped a lot, I think.
So hang on, do you think bouldering helps with ice climbing?
You know, it does. For me, at least, because the power endurance that you gain bouldering, the power specifically, really translates. And even though in dry tooling you're not having to use as much finger strength, a lot of the big body movements, powerful movements, that really translates.
That's good to know. I like this. So I can transition my bouldering into ice climbing.
Exactly.
I think I might lack some talent, though. All right, well, YouTube, if you're watching, we have obviously just got a little bit of a delay here towards that knot. So while we're waiting, let's look at the start list of the athletes who have made it through this far. So we had qualifying, we had semi-finals, we lost half of the semi-final field, and Aneta Luchetska squeaks in. She did get a little higher in points, but got knocked down a few because she touched the wrong bit of the hold. So she's in last place, so she will come out first of all. Vivian Labrielle, great to see her back into a final. Olga Kosek looking strong and relaxed. Marianne will be looking for some revenge after Champagny, where she didn't get to where she wanted to do, but did do well. Eamon McSwiggan continues to tell me that she's not strong. She continues to get into finals week after week. It's amazing from her. Sina Gertz, she's going for her 4th gold in a row here. Just think about that consistency from her. Lorena Beck from Liechtenstein really did a cool move in semis where she skipped an entire section of the wall. That was impressive. And then Kat Shirley, the only one to top your teammate. And as you said, I mean, the atmosphere whenever she moves on that stage is incredible. The crowd go crazy.
She is just a lovely human being, and it's incredible to see her climb because she is injured. Her shoulder, it's predicted that she tore her labrum. We don't know for sure because she hasn't had an MRI. But
it's a nasty injury. Well, this is the men's start list. David Bouffard, his first finals. Great to see him here. Jonathan Arthur Brown, more used to it. Willis Morris, he's in as well. His first final, and Virgin will climb last. Right, the delay is done. We are ready to get cracking here. We're going to start with the women, and that means Aneta is out and about. You can see the pink bobble. The crusher from Kralupe is ready to climb. She did manage to stand on her own leg during qualifying for lead, put 4 holes in her knees, so she's struggling with a bit of an injury, but we know she's a fighter, never gives up. So Aneta is the first to test herself on this wall, looking a little bit nervous as she gets those gloves on.
she is, but she'll pull it back, and going out first is better than having to rot in ISO.
Rot in ISO, I like that. It's a very nice ISO, there's lots of snacks.
It is a nice ISO.
Yeah. All right, Aneta is underway. This route starts on the vertical surface, techie climbing throughout before launching through the roof where the big blocks are. A bit of a slip immediately with that left tool. Her best result so far in a World Cup lead finals is 7th. That was in Korea this season. Nice transitions. And Lindsay, as an athlete, what are you looking to do in these opening moves of a route?
For me, I know that the setters want to get the athletes off the ground, so the opening moves are definitely, without a doubt, going to be the easiest moves on the climb. So personally, I like to make up some time there and go as quickly as possible, but it looks like they've set with mostly Korean resin holds, and they're kind of skatey, so you have to be careful about your tool angle.
Okay, so although it might be easy, there's some tenuous moves down here, right? And you can see Aneta just being a little bit careful.
More careful than she was in semis, too. She went really fast in semis. It looks like she's taking a little bit more time here.
Yeah, speed is her weakness. It always has been, which is ironic considering she's the speed world champion, but she just needs to keep pushing on these routes. Creeps that axe up high. Something she's been working on is speed. It's hard. If you're a naturally slower climber, it's difficult to ramp it up.
It's very difficult to ramp it up if you're a slower climber.
All right, YouTube, a lot of support for Aneta going on. Please hit the heart button if you're supporting her. Send some comments.
It's interesting. She's choosing to clip from very low, which isn't something I usually associate with her style of climbing, but I wonder if she's maybe just a little nervous.
Yeah, I think she looked a bit nervous coming out. It's been a while since she's been in a final. Yeah, Korea was that. She was so sick with the flu in Korea, I don't think she knew what was going on. So this maybe feels like her first final in a while.
That was truly a miraculous performance from her in Korea. Yeah. She was so sick.
She was dying, let's be honest here. 38-degree temperature or something, so it's great to see her back fit. All right, this red hole, though, is nasty. She had a long look at it as she moved through it, and I don't think her feet are high enough here.
No, I don't think so either.
So she might need to readjust this, which will mean time will be ticking away because she has to drop back down, reset the axis, then get the feet up. She hasn't got that much higher with the feet.
No, but it is kind of impressive or incredible how just a couple inches can really give you that extra height that you need. She also moved a little bit farther to the side, which I think gave her much more stability on that little red thing.
Yeah, it was the perfect adjustment, wasn't it? She shot me up very quickly there. So up towards the next green hold. The athletes have to clip all the quick draws in a route in sequence.
It's really impressive how she's holding that 90-degree lock off for all of her clips so far.
Yeah, good point. I hope it doesn't burn the arm out too much. All right, this cool volume-like feature that hangs off the side of the wall. You can't wrap the hand around the edge of it. That's not allowed. And this is a huge move out to this hanging barrel. Get steady. 3 minutes on the clock. It's a big one for her, but she gets it. Got to be careful not to wrap the side of the structure here. Makes the match. The white plywood is the surface they can kick into. They've covered the normal climbing wall here at the Climbing Collective.
I wonder if she's going to use the top of that volume. Oh, look at that. She's using the top of the volume to rock her weight closer to the wall.
Smooth moves from Annetta as she goes back. It's a bit of an odd sequence, that. It's kind of like one step left and then back onto the main structure.
It seems to be common for the setting this weekend. They like to throw us in loops. I think the wall is a little bit shorter than your standard World Cup wall.
That's a good one. It's the first thing I thought when I saw it was like, ooh, that's short. And I knew the moves would be hard. And a lot of the women have been saying recently the routes haven't been difficult enough. And I think we saw that in Sassve, for example, where it was just a race. So I think that this step up in difficulty for the women is welcome.
I think so too. It's interesting to see they've put like really some breakneck moves in. And as a spectator, I think it's more interesting to see lots of falls in different places. But they're definitely differentiating between the really strong climbers and...
Oh, yeah. It's difficult, that, you know, with newcomers to the sport, but we are at a World Cup level here, and I think we need to start pushing the athletes.
Yes, I think so too.
All right, so Annetta has a wrap and what looks like a stein. Difficult to see from this angle, but I think it's underneath her body. Oh, no, it's not a stein.
No, I think it's a hook on top. And she'll have to be really careful to keep her tool close enough to the wall doing this giant move out, because that hold could slip if she pulls too far outward.
Yeah, it's hard to see exactly where she's going from, but she launches that right. Axe bobbled as she went. Well, she says goodbye, but I think falling before she was pumped there a little bit. The axe just pinged out of the hold.
It's tough to make a big move out like that on such a hold where you need to keep your tool close to the wall.
Yeah, it's a nasty one. So Annetta's comp is done. She got a bronze medal yesterday in the speed, which she was very happy about, and she's full of smiles here, but maybe coming off a few moves before she was ready. And David Buffard in the background walks across to start his route. Annetta was telling me today that apparently a lot of kids were taking selfies with her because they liked her pink bobble on the hat, which is fair enough.
It's her signature. She's had that for years.
Yep. All right, David Buffard in his first ever finals. He's made multiple finals in the Continental Cup, but this is his first time on the World Cup stage. To this level. He's a cool character. I love his clothing choice. It's the green hat, the trousers with the sponsored labels all over it. You can spot him from a long way away.
You certainly can.
And David will take his time here. Now, the men's route is a wild one, I'll be honest. I've got no idea really through it. It weaves its way through hanging boxes. There's a ginormous kind of... How do I describe this move? There's a run on volumes into a TRX circle hold, which you then swing back onto another volume. Yeah, so let's see. But it's a way to go about halfway through.
Those holds are, the one he's currently on, are super skatey. You have to make sure that your hold is your tool is in the right place, otherwise you'll fall right off.
Yeah, you've got to be careful here onto these metal half moon holds. The Climbing Collective gym that we're using is 27,000 square meters, biggest walls in Colorado. And inside there's bouldering space, there's a training facility, and then you come outside and there's these giant sport walls. They have a nasty wrap, that. I mean, it looks good, but it's not on the edge.
That's another one where you really can't pull outward on it. You just kind of have to pull down and sideways, maybe, if you're lucky.
So much body position in ice climbing, isn't it?
It truly is. I think it's smart that he's clipping early on this one, though, because this next hold he's going to have to pull out so hard it's going to require a lot of core tension from him.
All right, reverse grip. Normal grip here as he comes around the blue volume, now into the reverse grip with that right hand. Someone was asking whether the blue is a different texture. No, it's not. It's just painted like that. And you can see the hanging TRX thing I was talking about. Well, it's not a TRX, it's rings. Gymnastic rings.
Yeah.
Something complete rubbish, Matt. Alright, and you can see the big cross on the wall. That is the last clipping position for that hanging quick draw. And then you can see the volumes. That's the run. Floating stein, though, first of all. That's when the head of the axe isn't pressed into the wall. Looks like a good one, though.
Yeah, looks like a good floating undercling. Nice steady place for him to get set up for the next sequence.
Well, here we go. This is the part I was interested to see. It's not a run on volumes there. Setters were telling me some different things.
Yeah, I don't know. It's,
But certainly you got to get to that ring over on the right, you can see hanging.
and it'll be quite the fall if he doesn't quite make the ring.
That's what I thought. I'm glad you said that.
With the clip up from that hanging cube all the way over there, although at least you're not above the drop.
That's true. I was told it's
here
safe.
we are in the
So
volumes.
here we go. Yeah, so these are the volumes. So you kind of run across them. That was the idea.
Interesting. This is reminiscent of World Cups in bouldering, this style, where you're running on volume.
That's very true, yeah.
And talk about having it translate.
There we go. David is looking uncomfortable here. He's, as you would be, because you've had to jump into a ring.
And it's difficult because his crampons can't engage at that angle. And the bottom of the fruit boots are rather slippery, so...
Well, he wants the crowd behind, and here we go into the
he
jump.
makes it.
All right, well, he's up. Swinging all over the place here. Wraps a foot over.
He looks really solid in that figure four. He's got his leg nice and stabilized on the bottom of the volume. That'll set him up nicely to move up higher on that volume.
Yeah, he's looking good through here at the moment. Positive climbing from David. Getting cheered on by the crowd. Hold above his head. Still no clips. I'd be very nervous if I was him.
I would too. But he's doing good on time. He's still got 2 minutes. If he ramps up his speed a little bit, he'll be set to go.
He's got to drop across though. Does it now. Okay, so now in maybe a safer place with that quick drop. So wiggles the rope around his foot. Now we'll take a moment to rest. The crowd really behind David, and it's such a good crowd here. You have a field behind the wall with lots of sponsored tents and things to do. You can throw axes at targets. You can have a 3D scan of your body, apparently, be made into a
You can make a figurine of yourself.
I think that's pretty cool. Alright, he's got the wrap. And this box is swinging around. It was designed to do so by the setters. He gets the rope in the right place, reaches up. And this is the first clip in ages. There's all that climbing before the clip. Wild.
Really? And he's had to do quite a bit of rope management, making sure he's not getting his feet tangled as he moves through this sequence.
Yeah, and that's easier said than done, isn't it? Because so often we see athletes get tangled up, and it's a real thought process.
Yeah. Especially when you're transitioning between the figure fours and figure nines. It's hard to keep track of the rope. Especially with those really long draws, although they do make it much safer.
They do. Oh, and he falls.
Looks like he pumped out a bit there.
I think so too. The axe is hanging. He looks exhausted.
But what a good effort.
It was good, eh? First one. Made the jump. Showed us the way. And currently, obviously, our leader with 21, but some way to go towards the top for that. I think the men's is a pretty hard task to get in the time, isn't it?
Yeah, 6 minutes for that is quite the task they've got set for them.
And there's the axe hanging. Now, there's a variety of different methods to get that back. Usually, it's just a big stick to poke it. David's got a smile on his face. Right, hello YouTube, where you at? So we've got Ethan Saxton watching from NC. No idea what NC is. You know what I mean, NC?
North Carolina?
Maybe. Ethan, where are you from? Is it North Carolina? Jonathan, appreciate that. Great climb, he's saying. Deep Thought is saying David, thumbs up. And we've got a lot of people from the Scottish Dry Tooling Club watching as well, including Ewan, who's called in from New Zealand. Okay, Vivian Labrielle underway now. The Swiss athlete who's had a pretty good season, consistently up into the top 10. As Lindsay was saying earlier, there's some pretty skatey holds down low, so you've just got to sort of take your natural a tendency to want to climb faster here and just make sure of these.
But she's got really strong foot position. The way she's keeping her feet in the opposite direction of where she's pulling is making it super easy for her to pull up as she goes.
So keep an eye on those feet, everyone. It was North Carolina, by the way.
Well, that's good.
That was good American knowledge for you.
Well, it'd be a little embarrassing if I got it wrong.
A little bit. It's a big country, though.
It is a big country.
So, Vivian readjusted with this one. She's looking good at the moment here. Nice and smooth from her. And this red sequence on this hold was the first time Annetta stopped, just had to readjust with the feet. Box down, keeping that weight nicely beneath her.
So going up into a stein like this, that's the only time you can have your hand that high up on the axe. Otherwise, it'll pop right off the wall on any other hold.
And do you need to adjust as you move through the stein, or is it okay in that position?
You don't have to, but if your hand is super low down, you won't have enough height to make that big next move. But if it's too high, you'll be too far out from the wall. So depending on your tool, it's different, but usually they want to be right in that middle hold.
Yeah, and all the tools are different. Some are personalised. This is the big reach up. Vivian looking really good here.
Really super smooth. And it looks like she's taking full advantage of the in-cut on the top of that volume to get her weight super nice and close to the wall. Still a big reach, though.
It is big. But she's made that look nice and smooth as she goes back onto the vert surface. Nearing Annetta's high point now. She got 17.1, Vivian on 12. So I think she's got a few more points than that, just needs to be added to the score. Right, this is where I think the route starts to ramp up a notch though from here on. There's this little rest position, more of a shake than anything.
Very smart of her to feel that hold. Those types of holds have different textures on the top depending on what hold it is. You can't tell from the bottom.
Now this is the sequence of Gottanetta. High feet and into the box. It is a jump this, it's a dyno move. Checks the clock. So Vivian looks behind her, it's an awkward jump and she misses it too. And I don't know if she touched it either, so that might actually downgrade her a bit. So, at the moment she's on 16, that leaves her in second place. And clearly this jump, not a straightforward sequence of moves.
It's difficult to get enough power when you have to keep your tool into the wall like that.
Look at the heads on those ice axes as well. It's like a weapon. Well, it is a weapon anyway, but gosh, that's spiky.
Well, that gives you all the stability you need when you're doing a stein.
Okay, well, swaggering his way across the stage, the man who deserves the swagger, Jonathan Arthur Brown, no stranger to finals. A very, very strong climber. Okay, there's the score adjusted, so Vivian now up to the first position, so she got that 17.1.
So had she touched the hold or been on the hold for even a second, it would be 17.2 for surface contact, but she's just gotten the 10th of a point for positive movement.
So she's on the top spot. All right, Jonathan with a deep breath. He tends to keep within himself, very calm, very focused when he climbs. Look at that crowd in the background. I'd heard there were 2,500 tickets given away for this event. I'm not sure everyone is here, but it's still big.
Still big. And a big turnout for a relatively small Colorado town, too.
Absolutely. So, Jonathan, it's very warm out there. It's bizarrely warm. I was walking around in a t-shirt earlier on. It's gone from like minus 20 to plus whatever it is right now.
And it's very bright, the sun reflecting off that white wall.
Yeah, I can't look at it.
I can't either. I needed sunglasses to climb yesterday. Not so much today, but now in the afternoon, maybe.
Yeah, it's bright. Well, I think the sun has just dropped behind some clouds now, so giving a bit of relief for the athletes.
He's moving really quickly, really smooth.
Nearly dropped the axe there.
Cool.
And if you drop it, that's it. You can't carry on like you used to. So clearly wanting to go quickly. It is the men's route's long, really long. And I think anyone wanting to top it is just going to have to go.
Seems like they've switched a little bit.
Yeah. Positive stuff at the moment as he approaches the first of the volumes.
He's being really smart, checking that his tool is in the right place before putting all of his weight on each hold.
Yeah, he made those adjustments, didn't he? Right. Now this is the cool traverse sequence underneath.
And he looks super, super stable in that floating undercling there.
So the volumes beckon. Gets the clip in. There's another one coming up towards the cross in a minute. There is the cross. So that's the clipping point. Can't go past that. Nor would you want to. It's already quite run out.
It's always funny when you have a horizontal run out as opposed to a vertical one.
Yes.
It feels equally as scary to me, but I suppose it is safer.
Yeah, allegedly. I get very scared of it. Okay, he's no stranger, and the athletes will not be thinking about any fear at this point. They just want to get as high as possible. Self-preservation is not usually their thing.
Not so much in this sport.
Okay. Now drop down to the volumes. Ooh, that was risky.
Very dynamic.
Yeah. Looking a bit sort of stuttery at the moment, not the smoothest. But I think once he takes his hands off here and has a look, he will maybe just breathe again. It's quite awkward to turn around here, despite how big it is. Because, I mean, those fruit boots not good for standing on. He takes a deep breath. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. You just got to compose yourself. It's not a difficult jump. You just need to be accurate.
I expect it's rather scary, too.
Terrifying. Oh, he's in there, 2 axes.
Very nice. And now he'll have to use a ton of core power, but he does have the rope wrapped around him.
Oh,
so
he has good spot.
We'll have to see how he deals with that.
Yeah, really good spot. And now he's trying to sort it out. He's going to have to drop it down by his feet or over his head. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Perfect.
Okay, so second half coming up. Uses his hands. You are allowed to do that.
You don't get points for it as of now, though.
Yeah. I think he's in a bit of trouble, you know.
Yeah, interesting choice to go for your hand and not for a figure 4.
Yeah.
Oh, but there we go. Now he's in a
maybe
figure
looking
4.
to climb the rope itself or something. I don't know.
Could be. Maybe he was just trying to do a lock off, but
Yeah.
I think that the figure 4 is the smarter beta.
But he's still low here on this. And that will have burnt some energy.
He's got a figure 4 straight on his hand. I think that his foot there maybe was keeping him from that next move, but he's fixed it. There we go.
Well, I said he's a strong climber. He's going to really need some of that strength now because that cost him. Okay, drops the legs down. Now looking more established. That's the leg over once more. Good work from Jonathan as he's into the giant cube, and not bad on time as well. Minute 48. Maybe not enough time to top it, but
Maybe not, but enough to get it farther.
absolutely. So 17 points on the board. He needs 21.1 to beat David's score. I wonder what happens to that cube once it stops being a World Cup pass.
I don't know. Maybe they'll take it down. Maybe the ice coop will buy it and they'll put it up there.
Ooh, yeah, the ice cube's a wall in Boulder, which is kind of 20 minutes away from here.
Looks like he's doing a really good job navigating the rope management. Hasn't got it twisted up quite as much.
Yeah, he's experienced.
But it looks like he's pumped, having a little difficulty actually getting the clip itself.
Yeah, it's kind of grit your teeth and go moment for Jonathan here.
Smart of him to do the double clip though, so he won't have to stop again later. Especially for after this big move that he's trying to make.
It's round a corner on a swinging block. He keeps hitting the block. It's just nasty. wants the crowd behind him, and listen to the roar. It's such a spectacular sport. Look at that position he's in. This is it again, and this time gets it. Oh, but he can't hold it. Catches the axe. That's got to be more. Give him more points.
Style points for me, at least.
Although I wouldn't recommend trying to catch your ice axe if you're listening.
No, I wouldn't either.
No.
Better just let it fall.
Yes.
There were some concerns going into this competition in our athlete meeting about having our axes land in the mud. And they told us to suck it up.
Yes, I did hear that. But they did I don't say I'm not sure I agreed with the organisers of that one, but they did put matting down to stop the concrete floor destroying your axes. That was
Some of them are carbon fiber, and the concrete and carbon fiber really do not get along well, so I am glad that they put down the rubber matting.
Yeah, I think this venue they've done such a good job for their first time out. You can see how it's going to develop, though, if we come back here, because it's a very good venue for spectators. The field down there helps. It's very easy to see. Okay, woman number 3 is out. This is Olga Kosek, who is climbing in speed. She's a good lead climber as well. Very experienced, very knowledgeable. She won't get phased by things,
No, she won't. On our semi-finals route, it was a little confusing to read it from the ground, and she had some very interesting ideas on what the beta actually was, but she ended up going with the standard, what everybody ended up succeeding with.
Okay. I like that. Interesting ideas.
She did. She wanted to hang on to the first big cube volume that didn't have any holes on it with her hand and climb up that way.
Oh, wow, okay.
Which is an interesting idea. But she didn't end up trying that.
Yes, not all interesting ideas are good ideas. Some. Most of my interesting ideas are bad
worth thinking about at the very least.
Absolutely. And it's cool to see that. And I think the one thing I love about ice, one of the many things I love about ice climbing, is just how creative it is for the athletes. There's always a different way through a sequence. So, Melody Sarah, Sam Sarah's mum, is listening. She's not on audio, but she's keeping up with the chat. That's awesome. Thank you, Melody. Although you can't hear me say thank you, so that's a shame. And then we have Jan Mikael joining us, Miss Evaporator, she's cheering on Olga.
And Olga's just floating through this first sequence. She had no troubles at that first dread hold. The Stein looked super easy. And then again here, making that big reach super, super smoothly.
Yeah, it's nice. But, she's moving quite quickly as well, though. It looks like she's going slow, but that's just the smoothness.
I'm sure she feels like she's just sprinting through it.
Yeah, absolutely no issues so far with this. I actually want to go just a bit higher before making this clip.
She is rather tall, though.
She is, yeah. Okay, keeping her weight nicely underneath herself.
And you can see her setting up her sequence with her hand in the 1.5 handle as opposed to in the 2, so that she could switch to the second position for this next move.
1.5, obviously, it's kind of like a bit higher.
It's a bit higher. It's still on the first bottom handle. It's a bit higher. You don't generally see it in outdoor-specific tools, but for the comp tools, it's very, very helpful.
So Olga comes towards the jump. We've seen 2 fall here. Can she get it done? Vivian leading the way. Netta got to the same place. Countback making a difference. And Olga will take her time here. You can see how awkward this jump is. It's way back behind her. You can't really see it.
She does have plenty of time, though. She's trying to figure it out. Switching the direction of her tool.
Yeah, 3 minutes on the clock, so half her time now used. Both the men and women have 6 minutes. She's not comfortable for it yet. Ooh, just tiptoes that axe out. Maybe needs to change her feet here. Now she does, yeah. So here we go. She's doing it statically.
She doesn't even have to jump.
Very cool from Olga. She really thought about that one. Right, she moves into the top spot then. So let's have a look at the second part of this roof then. Those boxes were tighter to the roof. Some of them have been dropped down. Very adaptable using that roping system.
looking super smooth, going off of that figure 9 to another figure 9.
Good work from Olga then. Another box to come, but final hold up high, that yellow one you can see. Olga shakes out. She's at the top of the normal route. If you were sport climbing at this gym, you'd be coming down and celebrating right now. She's got a lot of climbing left to go, though. Look how horizontal that top is. Olga, what a run this is from her.
She's still got a minute and a half. She's cruising.
Yeah, and that static method down low on the jump was really smart, because I think that's something Olga saw that no one else really did. So it'd be interesting. Well, I don't know about anyone else, but certainly the first two didn't see that.
She's also a lot taller than both of them, though.
True.
Not that they couldn't have done it. Oh, it looks like she pumped out.
Yeah. Oh, down she comes, and that is impressive stuff from Olga Kosek. 21, easily out in front, but with lots of athletes to come, we'll have to wait and see. Shrug of the shoulders from Ola, she doesn't know yet. Yeah, this is a good route, I think, for both men and women, actually. I'm impressed.
They're certainly exciting to watch.
They are, aren't they? Yeah, you can't look away. So Olga staggering around a little bit, gets her feet.
I think she's left one of her tools up at the top of the route.
Well, there you go. If you want a free tool, come here and go get it, please. Right, I'm so happy for this man, because he is not only a lovely human being, he's fantastic with the Scottish Dry Tooling Club. He's a coach for the British team. He's an athlete, of course, because he's here. A couple of weeks ago, he had his first semi-finals in France. Now he's in his first finals. Pretty cool. And we'll call him Willis as well, because that's his name. Not William Morris. We'll say William Morris one more time, and then it's Willis from now on. So Yuri van Dorp is in a climbing wall somewhere, and he says the stream is playing in the bouldering hall while we're clearing up. Awesome. Well, hello, somewhere in the Netherlands. There's a gym with our voices. Wonderful.
We're famous.
I mean, hugely. You are.
I certainly am. They were playing this comp in Scotland, and somebody sent me a picture of myself on the television in Scotland.
Lindsay, do you want people knowing your Instagram? Is it private,
sure.
or is it? Do you
no,
want
it's
to drop
public.
Your Instagram?
Sponsor me.
What is your? What is it?
It's so my sister chose it, and it is Lou_climber, but spelt like toilet.
Spelt like toilet. There we go.
Which I didn't realize until recently.
Amazing. Please spend sponsorship money too. Alright, so Willis getting a lot of support on YouTube. Harry says Willis the GOAT. Ian, go Willis. Tabitha, who's shared the commentary box with me a few times this year, says come on Willis. A lot of support from the Scottish Dry Tooling Club here. But, this is uncharted territory for him, and even just being in an isolation zone for a finals feels different.
It does feel different.
Be overwhelming.
Well, especially because you can hear the crowd, but you can't see what's going on.
Latches that. Positive stuff from Willis. Yeah, I find it almost like a spiritual place, an isolation zone in finals. I know, it's a special environment to be part of.
It is a special environment. I can't say I have too much experience myself.
Soon. Very soon. Canada's coming, right?
Oh, yeah.
There we go. So Willis, fast climbing at the moment. Makes this clip.
And he just looks effortless. He looks like he's just having a good time.
Yes, he does. And the thing is, at this point, if you've never made a finals before, it's kind of like playtime. You've done all the hard work, you've got your best ever result, whatever happens. Now it's just trying to show off a little bit. And I mean that in a nice way of showing off, not the egotistical.
They should.
Yeah,
They've worked hard to be here.
Exactly that. It's time just to prove it to everyone. But he's got a hard move here. We saw Jonathan make a bit of a mess of this sequence. Smoother from Willis. And he has got to do his weird turn. And it's way more awkward than you'd think it would be. Because you're really just standing on your tippy toes trying to do this. And his heels hanging off the back.
You can see he's anticipating this jump, getting ready for it.
Try not to think about it too much. He does take the fall.
Well, there you go. We've proven that it's a safe fall.
Yes. He did hit his head, but yes.
Yeah, but he's all right. He's got a helmet on.
He's fine. I think it's a safe one. I think he just needed to pause there. Because, you could see what he was thinking. I think he almost didn't want to think about the move too much. But I think just one more breath might have steadied him up.
Both of the last two athletes took a big breath on that one.
Exactly.
It is difficult to maintain grip strength on such an impact, though.
Yeah, that's true. Because it's easy to rip your way out of the axe, slide down it. So good work from Willis, his first ever finals, hopefully more. That's the rest of the team down at the front in the orange jackets. This bumps all around, good job from him. Well, it's not going to be a podium, I don't think, here today, but that is an impressive performance.
He was really, really quick and smooth through that first bit.
Yes, he was. Let's see a replay of this. So this is where he just didn't really stop, and he was a bit sort of around the corner and jumping into it rather than direct.
Yeah, I think he expected to get it with both hands, and having to absorb all that impact in one hand was maybe just a little bit too much.
Yeah. So Marianne is out and about, looking very focused. This lady has won podiums before, but has never won a World Cup. We're sort of waiting for the moment where that will happen.
And she deserves it. What a cool person. At the Youth World Cup that happened recently in UIAA, Colorado, she was lending the Mongolian team her fruit boots.
No way, really?
Yeah, because they only have speed crampons. So she just lent them her entire
they were
fruit.
lead climbing.
They were lead climbing, and they don't lead climb, so she lent them her fruit boots.
Fair play. That's a bigger deal than it sounds. It's not
is
like
a big deal.
climbing shoes.
No, well, and the front points are so thin, they can bend or snap, so it is quite a risk to lend it to somebody who doesn't lead climb.
Yeah, absolutely. No, not many athletes would do that, It's the same with axes. They tend to keep it to themselves. So, Marianne gets underway here. She got into the finals in France, was disappointed with the result. Had to sort of recover from that one, and luckily the next comp just around the corner meant she can get some revenge here. And she's moving pretty quick down low.
She is moving quick. She's being smart about her clips, clipping with straight arms from above where the clips are, which is more energy efficient.
Well, I talked about that bouldering wall earlier on that is watching. It's in her home country, and apparently everyone is cheering on Marianne. So if you're on that bouldering wall, can we please scream a little bit louder? I can't hear you, but I know she can. So please do that. And lots of support coming through. Right, Marianne, long way to go, though. Some tricky moves here, but looking very positive as she makes her way up.
She's just testing out that teeny little hold that's on that red thing. Trying to find the best part. And when she sinks her weight into it like that, she's found the sweet spot on the hold.
It's a nice feeling, isn't it, when you're not sure and then you test it and you're like, okay, it goes. Straight into this Stein as well. Matches it. Okay, a few more moves to go before she goes onto the barrel. Here we go, this wide angle showing where she is on the wall. Bottom third still. So tall as well, big reach on her.
Her and Olga both have quite the wingspan, which is proving to be an advantage for them today.
Yeah.
But she's got different foot position. She's able to keep her feet much lower for this move than the other three athletes.
It's an instinctive movement from Marianne to read that well. Jump to come though, as Olga showed, it can be done statically as well. Trust the wrap. Look at that perfect body position, straight arm all the way from the tool down to her legs, just one line you could draw across her body. Now, she won't be pumped at the moment. It's whether she can get the angle on this jump or stretch.
And she's got the tool in the same direction that Olga did after her recorrection the second time.
Maybe reading it together. We'll have to wait and see here. Yeah, the observation period came before we came on air, but the athletes did get time to look at the routes. She's going to stretch it as well. Big lock off to make the move.
Very smooth.
And holds the swing. Kicks into the barrel there. So, good work from Marianne. Danger move gone and done. And now you'd think she would push on here. That score of 17 isn't correct, so that'll be updated in a minute. She's in second place at the moment.
Smart of her to control her swing that she might have had she not kicked into the box before she went into that figure four.
Ooh, nearly kicked her axe off there. Hit it on the way through.
And she's being much more efficient than Olga, only using the one figure four through that whole sequence.
Yeah, true. So really good climbing from Marianne. 2 minutes left on the clock.
Super fast. She's cruising.
Big transition though needed here towards that next section, the roof. It's just hanging there above the floor. Look at that thing. It's like a door. It can drop down, like a drawbridge. But this is a tiring sequence of moves.
She's having to really engage every muscle and show some major flexibility there, getting her leg out onto that figure nine.
Yeah, gets the clip in. A few clips to go. The top is in sight.
You can hear the crowd going absolutely wild. She's got a full minute left.
Yeah, through the stalactite now. Every move the crowd is cheering on. Marianne drops down. Quick draw, almost out of reach.
Smart of her to bring the draw to the rope instead of the other way around, reduces rope drag.
Absolutely. The crowd just really want her to top this route out. Drops in again. She's looking so steady. 30 seconds-ish on the clock. It might not be 100% accurate, but we'll be within a couple of seconds, this. Green hold to come. That's the final hold. She's going to top this out if she can just keep things together here, but she's missed it this first time. Just gets it the second time.
She's looking really strong. She knows she only has a few seconds left.
Wiggles it in, and she finishes it. Well, Marianne, good job from her.
And you can see how excited she is about that nice top.
So Marianne is done. What a finals route from her. So we're going to have to see, though, because there are others who could potentially finish this route. So it's not done yet. So Marianne breathing hard as she comes down, smiles at our camera. And it's got to be a good feeling, hasn't it? Because regardless of how anyone else does now, you've done as much as you can do yourself. All right, so Mr. Luna is... Sorry, Tristan. They're very similar when you get to look at them.
Very similar.
Right. So this is Tristan. Luna is up next. They often qualify pretty close together, actually, these two as well. Tristan squinting against that sun that is bright on the white wall. You can see the mountains in the background. There's some belays are in t-shirts. It's really warm weather out there.
He seems to really like the nose magnets, keeping his nasal passages open.
Is that what that does?
That is what that does.
But how does it? I don't get it.
So it's like a sticker that you put on your nose with a magnet in it, and then it's the second piece, the white piece that you can see, also has a magnet in and clips to the stickers on your nose, and it pulls out. It's like a reverse spring.
Okay.
And apparently it just keeps your nasal passage open.
Like, to me, if you clip something on it, it should squeeze
No,
it.
but it's like the white thing is flat.
Oh, apparently there's a bit that goes inside your nostril as well, I'm being told.
Well, I've seen it either go inside your nostril or they make stickers that like tape to the outside.
Okay. And it pulls it out.
And it pulls it out.
Okay. I wish you could see what we're doing in the commentary box. We're touching each other's, not each other's noses, we're touching our own noses. So, Tristan, that was a very surreal moment. That Tristan checks the hold. We occasionally see these guys make a few mistakes along the way, but generally they're pretty consistent. Okay, small holes through this sequence though. Got to still be drive those feet into the wall. Towards the wrap and then the traverse to come.
You can really see how bright it is out with those very stark shadows.
Yeah, quite contrast. I would be wearing sunglasses. I wouldn't be able to see at all. Glad we're watching a screen here. So Tristan is quite blind. Good angle this to show what he's seeing, really. Gotta trust it. And then rotates that body through and around. There's our clock. Keep an eye on that. So far, so smooth from Tristan. It's his second draw that's pretty close to the last one.
I always think it's interesting when the setters make the draws hang so close like that. If the draw gets hooked on your harness, it's easy to Z-clip that way.
Yeah. There's a lot the athletes have got to think about up there on the wall. Go into the floating undercling here. I think it's a pretty good one, to be honest. The fact he's that confident.
I think so too. He was able to get it from so low. If it was super skatey, he would have needed to have higher feet.
Yeah.
And you can really see how far out that draw is, which is why the fall is safe, even though it's still scary.
Yes, scary but safe. Thank goodness. Well, there's the shadow of the barrel he's got to go to in a minute. Just reminding him of the jump to come. Drop down move to come though. At least he's in the shade here. He can just hide for a while. Hopefully breathe here.
And really smooth and controlled on that drop down.
Oh, he's setting himself to go straight. This is yeah, I'm glad he rethought that. Yes, good. I thought it was about to jump from that position.
I did too. It kind of looks like it.
Yeah. Doesn't like the spin though.
I mean, it is really difficult because your toes are higher than your heels. They don't have any tread. The fruit boots are very uncomfortable to stand in.
Yeah, it's a great way to make an elite athlete look like a prompter. Occasionally is when they have to do moves like that, but it's hard, I promise you, if you're watching at home. All right, so Tristan sets himself. He's trying to kind of peer around this box. We've seen Willis drop this move. And the sun will be right in his eyes as well from this position, so he's squinting at it. Has he got the range? He has.
You can see, or you could see there, how hard he was holding onto his tools to avoid doing what Willis did and accidentally letting go.
Yeah. Yeah, I sort of forgot about the sun, but it was shining directly at him from that position. Well, job done for Tristan. Uses his hands.
He's really taking advantage of his height, keeping his feet on the wall there like that. Not having to do the figure fours.
Yeah, he now cracks it in. Okay, stretches up high. Gets the foot through, kicks in. Good work so far, Tristan. Got time, but he's got to keep moving here. Oh, just stretches over.
Oh, and he'll have to be careful. He's got himself kind of twisted a little bit in the rope, but I think he'll be able to untwist. And there we go, untwisted.
I try to look at the untwist and my mind just melts and then gives up. So I can't imagine doing it that high up on the wall. I have enough problems when I sport climb and get tangled in a rope. And you've got deadly weapons everywhere. It's even more tricky. But this is the blind move that is hard. Around the corner, on the white, there is that green hold, and it's difficult to get and hard to see. And he's pretty low on this clip as well. He's trying to get it swinging. Smart stuff from Tristan there. And he'll do the double there as well. We've become so blasé about that run out now, haven't we? In the beginning we were terrified.
Well, we've seen a fall there now.
True.
So we know what it looks like.
True.
Only slight concussions. We're good.
Good work from Tristan. This might move him into the top spot. It does. So provisional first place for Tristan. 4 to go after him though, so a long way before he can guarantee any podium place. Gets the feet in and he's nearing the top now. Sorry.
Looks like he's got his foot a bit stuck there, but he's able to unstick himself and on to the next hanging volume.
Yeah, he's close to the top. He has got a way to go here, and 12 seconds is not going to be enough time.
Not quite.
No.
But he's done rather well.
He's out in front, 23. And I think time has been called there. He's got the clip in.
It is sometimes when you're that high up difficult to hear the judges.
It is, and we should just point out again, the clock that's on your screen you're looking at isn't directly linked to the clock in the stadium, so it might be a couple of seconds out, but I think now he's been timed. Yes, so he waves at the crowd, he'll drop down, and then nervously wait in the hot seat. Awesome stuff. Well, Tristan Ladovat is just taking his time. Now we'll drop down and say goodbye. Right, we're going to have a commentator change. I've got so many of you guys wanting to do this. We're rotating through. Lindsay, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Well, it was my absolute pleasure.
And are you in Canada next
I will
weekend?
be in Canada next weekend.
Wicked. Well, look, hopefully you'll see you in the finals. If not, you're welcome back anytime, and I appreciate it.
I'll take that hope, and I'll see you around.
Go scream for Kat. See you later. Thank you. So Tristan looks into the crowd. He wants confirmation of where he's at. He is in the top spot, as we can see from that graphic. 25, 3 moves ahead of Jonathan Arthur Brown. And with this rotation, I've got Eric back in the commentary box. Good afternoon. How you doing? I'm good. You've been out with the crowd. So tell me about the atmosphere out
there. Everyone's hyped.
And hyped for everyone, or just hyped for a certain Kat Shirley who's coming out?
I think we're hyped for everyone. It's been really cool to watch. The competition is really strong today.
Yeah, strong performances, isn't there, all round? Mm-hmm. Women's route perhaps less spectacular than the men's, but some real techie moves.
Yeah,
and that giant roof. Yeah,
the roof is techie. It feels like there's a distinct difference between the two, and it's been visible all season, and today is just especially visible.
Yes.
And it's kind of frustrating. I think the athletes are feeling it.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. I'm going to stay politically very quiet at this point, but yes.
Well, I'm an athlete, so I get to say that.
You can carry on.
It does. It seems like it isn't as creative. The moves are certainly hard. Like, there's no doubt that these moves are hard.
I've heard the other argument to that.
Sure.
Which is that the women's finals game perhaps hasn't been at the level where they could push it, and now it's getting to that point. Hopefully now we'll see some improvements in that. I'm just putting devil's advocate.
No, totally. But we saw that in Saasfe. Mm-hmm. We saw, 5 people finish the route in Saasfe?
Yep. Too easy.
It's too easy.
Yep.
And I mean, we see how strong the field is. And I think that's exactly what it speaks to is maybe before it was, this isn't as hard. This isn't as... But now, everyone's so strong.
Yeah. And it sometimes takes a season for that adjustment to be made.
Absolutely. But I mean, look at Emer's cruising this. It's so easy and just...
She's just in stupidly good form, right?
Oh, my God.
I just can't believe how talented
it's been such a good season for her.
Yeah.
I mean, Korea, she was so strong. Saasfe, Champagny.
Yep.
And so many different things. And now, you get the wonderful addition of it's really hot on the wall. Mm-hmm. It's like 65 degrees for people who speak Fahrenheit. And it's like...
It's usually the opposite problem, isn't it?
No, exactly. Usually you're freezing. You have the screaming barfies halfway up. You're cold. Here it's like I'm sweating through my gloves because it's hot.
As an athlete, I think I'd want it cold. As a commentator, I'm enjoying the weather.
I think there's a nice balance between the two.
Yes.
Right? You want it cold, but not so cold you're freezing. You just don't want to sweat.
Well,
this looks hard.
This is, yeah, exactly. It's a very Corey move. You see, your weight's
absolutely.
underneath, you got to bring it back into the wall.
And these volumes are huge. They don't move easily.
Oh, wow, what? This is different.
That's new.
So Ema, and I think she's got it wrong, to be honest.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, maybe, but that's a huge,
it's a big swing. And it's a swing that could, if you take it the wrong way and you pop, it's not going to be fun.
Yeah. Well, Ema rethinks, which I think is wise on this. It's more of a stretch over to that red hole.
For sure. And it's a really big pull through as well. You got to pull with your whole core to reach it.
There we go.
There it is.
And that's her experience coming in. She tried something, went the other way. Well, people are McSwooning from McSwiggan on YouTube, which is her trademark whenever she comes on. And I have talked to her about this, and she rather likes the nickname. So you can carry on, guys.
And that hold is just awful. That's like a flat metal disc that's just like in resin.
Is there any holes in it?
I don't think so.
Oh, God, really?
It's just scary.
Disgusting. So jump or static method to come. I had a couple of the athletes who climbed first and did the jump message me being like, I wish I'd done it
The static is the way.
Yes.
So that hold is a pipe with you can put a screw head on the end of it, and there's no screw on the end of it, so it's a hole.
Okay.
And
so you're jumping, they were trying to jump into a hole.
so they're jumped from that. The
Yeah.
yellow hold on the right is that. And see, that's it. There's no lip on the end. So if you pull too hard, it blows you right out of the wall.
Wow. Well, that was unexpected, actually.
No kidding. One of the athletes put, I think it was Vivian, put her tool into the hole. And that makes it way easier, I think.
Yeah.
And here comes Luna.
Well, that was, I mean, Ema was totally cruising, and
Yeah.
but it can happen in ice climbing. We've seen it so many times.
This is the way. Yeah.
And it's what makes it kind of exciting.
Yeah, that's, rock climbing, you got to jug and you got to jug and you got to crimp and it's hard. Here it's like, you put your tool in the wrong place and now you're in space.
And when I revert to my summer job, I'm going to be saying the complete opposite. I sell
That
it sold
ice
out
climbing,
easily,
it doesn't work.
Exactly. I'm swayed.
But it's also, there's a totally different condition now.
Yeah.
So Tristan had it first. All the men before that, there were clouds.
Yes, and you could see better.
And you could see better.
Yeah.
To go into the dyno that they have, into that
Right in
ring,
their eyes, right?
the sun is right in
Yeah.
your face. You're jumping into the sun.
And he hasn't brought sunglasses, and of course no one's going to tell him because he's in
No,
isolation.
because they're in ISO. How do you know?
Yeah, I think I would have brought. I mean, for me,
I would've.
I've got sensitive eyes. I couldn't
yeah.
see on that wall.
And being even in the crowd, it's like looking at a glacier. It's so bright, and it's so, you can see how much sun is coming.
I went out there to do my usual route reading and almost immediately gave up, and then just went to speak to a set, and I was like, look, I can't really look at this route because you just tell me about it. Insights for you here behind the scenes. Ragnar says, come to the cold side, Matt, we have cookies. Ragnar, I don't know what that suggestion is about, but I don't want to come to your cold side and eat your cookies.
That's a Star Wars reference.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
That's the joke of come to the dark side, because we have cookies.
Oh, I see. I'm with you. I thought he was tempting me. Right, Luna. Lad about number 2. And Luna has won a World Cup this year.
He looks so much more comfortable. In semis, he looked so unhappy.
I thought so too. Like
He was moving slow.
Yeah.
He looked scared. How many of those holds did he grab with his hands?
Yeah, quite a few.
And comparatively to this, where now it's like he's moving.
But he is a 9A sport climber. So he's got some pretty strong
Yeah, no, of
fingers.
course. We saw that. He's grabbing things. I'd rather grab a lot of these holds with my tools.
Yeah.
But that's the difference, right? When you're that strong in sport climbing and then you come into a sport like this, like you can do both.
Well, it's like Keenan who'll come out in a minute. He's climbed 8B. He's strong enough to do that. And it's another card you can play.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Here you go. You don't get the points for it, though.
But if you can get past the hold to the next one, you get both points. So it doesn't...
Yeah.
It kind of plays in both ways, right?
Ragnar's just said, I'm too cool for Star Wars. No, I'm not. I just missed the reference. So I think I'm not cool enough for Star Wars. All right, Luna. Well, he's leaning way back on what we think is a pretty good undercling here. The fact that you can move that around.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, and it's weird because you kind of have to do a circle, right? You climb up, and then you get to the undercling. You go through those yellow holds, then you go down under the green and around. I don't know if you guys have called it the diving board yet, but it kind of looks like a diving board.
I haven't, but I like it.
Yeah. Because it's not just one, right? You almost have to slab your way around the wall to get to the right place.
Yeah. Luna kind of almost went too high there.
Yeah.
And then changed his mind on this. And he's not using that top hold. Right. Drop down. It'll be quite a wild drop, but he controls it well. And here we go for the jump. Now, occasionally, and I've actually commentated Curse Luna on this before. He's very good at jumping, but every now and again he makes an error on a jump.
Yeah, well, we saw that in Korea, didn't we?
And in Sasfe last year, so I've been told to not say he's good at jumps, and I just did. So I'm sorry, Luna. Let's see if you can...
You know what he's really good at is standing on volume.
Oh, don't say that. He's going to fall off now. Luna, focus.
You got it. But you can see the ring is turned.
Oh, good point.
And so now it's harder.
That's a very good point, Eric. He's got to come sideways.
Come on, Luna, you got it. There it is. The funny thing is that ring was in the bouldering gym earlier this week.
I watched them this morning take it off. As they took it off, I just thought, oh no.
There goes the ring.
They've got a plan here.
And the route setters looked so excited to have that ring when they put it up there.
Yeah. Yes, but it terrifies me when a setter looks happy.
Oh, of course.
I prefer it when they're miserable and grumpy.
Yeah, of course.
You know, if they're happy, it means they've got something devious.
They've got the devious plans. Exactly. And they had to hide it, so they put it in a bucket so that the athletes couldn't see it. So it just looked like there was a bucket hanging on the wall. Like, oh, gosh. But no one's tried to climb up it yet, which technically would be legal.
I thought that's what everyone would do. I would just
But then what do you do with your tools? You got to put them on your shoulder, and then you're trying to climb up, and if they fall, you're DQ'd.
True. There's a lovely shot of his brother there on the bottom right of the screen, cheering him on. They're super supportive of each other, of course. Yeah, they go on expeditions together. They train together, of course. They're very close, these two. All right, Luna stretches out. This is the awkward move to come.
Well, and they made it harder. Like 4 minutes before route preview, they changed the hold.
Which one? The green or the
where
yellow?
the yellow is, around the corner there was a green hold, one of those screw holds that's better. So it would have been a way easier move, and I think they saw the competition field and said, no, we need to make this harder.
Interesting. Okay.
So now they have this, and it's definitely harder.
Right.
Nice. Come on, Luna, you got it.
Oh, he's low on this, though.
He needs to get his foot in that box.
Yeah, it's a bit wild, isn't it? Just kicking.
There it is. Nice.
I don't know if that left axe is in. Is it seated properly?
It's seated enough, I think.
Oh, it's a screw. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. Okay.
And there's this new kind of... They haven't run into this yet this season, but there are these new holds that are not really new, but they haven't been on the circuit for a while, and they're these metal cast iron intellect holds. And they are deviously slippery. They're scary holds to climb on, which is great for the competitors.
Are they the ones that are made locally to here?
They are not.
Okay.
No, that's the fresh air holds.
Fresh air, that's
Those are made in UIAA, Colorado, yeah.
Yeah, they look really cool.
They're cool. They have a lot of cool holds.
Yeah, I was getting a little demo yesterday. So Luna gets through the scary moment, and that's moved him up into the top spot. He's on 25 at the moment, and a minute 15 to go.
I want to see a backflip off the top from him.
Yeah.
Like, I think he got it in him.
So 36 holes on this route, so he's kind of 10 or so beneath that at the moment. Just to give you an idea of how far he's got to go. Oh, but he's missed it twice now.
That's a big reach.
Huge, isn't it? Especially when you're pumped. It's like a full front lever, you know. Like,
it is. It is a full front lever, absolutely. And you have to generate that.
Do you just spend your life doing sit-ups, training for this?
I mean, I spend my life hanging off a box doing that. And it's still hard.
Yeah. Luna is not enjoying this move, though. He's gone very low on this grip now, but I think the pump might be kicking in for him.
I think so.
He's trying to get something back, but he's in trouble.
When he's spinning around.
Yeah.
Come on, Luna, you can do it.
I think he's burnt any core he might have had here. Time is ticking.
Oh,
that was close.
He's getting there. He's got, 8 seconds left?
How has he recovered?
I don't know.
Like, what?
I think it's kind of like that thing where you just pull all the strength out for the last little bit.
I guess so, but gosh, I thought he was drained.
Well, but they do it so often. Weekend after weekend after weekend after week. Like, it's incredible.
Well, Luna hanging above the crowd. I think we'll have to say goodbye here, but it is the top spot for him, so he's above his brother. And down he comes. All right, well, things are hotting up literally here in the stadium. 3 men to go, 3 women left as well. Who will be on our podium? He is disappointed by that. So frustration for Luna. He searches out. He always talks to his French teammates. They're the first ones he finds when he's looking. I originally thought he was having a go at judges, but no, it's straight to the French crowd, to his French teammates. Okay, so Selena Goetz didn't qualify in the top spot, but she's been on top all year. So many gold medals to her name, way out in front in the overall. And we interviewed her before this finals. That was the interview you watched at the beginning. Has this continuous neck injury that's really causing her some problems. You see her kind of without all the layers on. It's a big bit of taping. I think she said it was an infection or inflammation in her neck. Pretty incredible. She can carry on climbing to the level she's at.
They do everything. I mean, you can be injured. Everyone just pulls it out. And they're like, no, I'm going to keep going. Oh, there. No.
Yep, she hasn't fallen off. She's still on the wall here. So you can see the clock ticking away. There we go. Back camera shot. All right, so stretching easily through these first couple of moves.
I mean, there's a lot of pulling down in this, but there is a lot of technical movement still. You're still getting hooks. You're still getting, like that red hold on the right has 3 dimples on it, and that's all it has.
And when you say technical, you're talking about like little intricate movements rather than big boosty moves.
Yeah, so there's like flow, there's technical, and there's power. So flow is things where you're not really changing tools. You're kind of moving, I'm moving my hands, which is completely unhelpful for anyone listening. It's like, you're moving, you don't ever change your position, you don't ever change really the tool angle, it's more just like you're pulling through things. Almost like if you're rock climbing and you're just pulling up jugs.
Yeah.
Technical is like much more precise holds. It doesn't necessarily mean you're moving your tools, but more you're being careful about how you place them.
You've got to be accurate and you've got to be careful with how you're using it.
The angle of the tool, the angle of the pick, the angle of how you move, everything. Like this hold that she's on looks great. It's like 16 little metal dimples. If you pull backwards too far, you blow right out of the hold.
Yeah.
We've seen that with that yellow hold a little higher up. You pull too far back on your handle, you're in the air. It doesn't, and it's not about how strong you are at that point. You can hold onto your tool all day, but if you can't stay in the right angle, that's it.
And usually with technical climbing, experience helps as well.
Absolutely. I mean, we see like Emer might not be as strong, for instance, as Sina, but Emer's climbed for so many years that understanding of how your tools move, how the pick sticks on things, it changes the whole climb.
Sina isn't doing it statically either. She is doing it statically.
Yeah.
Well read by Sina Gertz. That was the wild swing. We saw Marianne just commit to the swing. Sina wanted a foot wrapped over first, but then changed her mind.
Marianne was ready to show exactly how strong she was with that swing. It was incredible to watch. Everyone in the crowd was so excited.
Yeah, a bit of a statement.
Oh, absolutely. I'm here to play, yeah.
Now, Marianne made her way through pretty easily through this roofy sequence, and that's what Sina needs to do. And Marianne topped this out with about 2 or 3 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah.
And it will come down to time, right? Not count back on this.
It's time, well, unless they all tie.
Yes.
If they tie in time, then we'd go to count back.
Sure.
But
in terms of just pure comp, it's
time.
It's time.
Absolutely.
So I wrote it down, about 2 to 3 seconds. It's tricky for us here because the clock isn't exactly linked, but that was about it.
I mean, if that clock is pretty close to accurate, then that's a huge difference.
It's fast, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think Sina knew that coming out as well. She probably would have heard the crowd's reaction to Marianne's top in ISO.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just thought, you know what, I mean, she knows, it's got to be fast. This stalactite is nasty, though. She's low on it.
And you have to kind of not slam your knee into that spike.
Yeah. She's trying to pinch it almost. It's like, she's a very strong rock climber as well.
Well, I'm sure all of the best seem to be very strong rock climbers. It goes hand in hand.
Yeah, she's climbed 8B Sports, so she's really got it. Okay. Wants a wrap here, and
that's one of those screw holds. Just resin with a screw. They're surprisingly good. When you're upside down, anything that you can hook a tool around that it doesn't move.
Beggars can't be choosers, can they? There's the final hold. She's a few moves away, and look at the time. She will be way out in front of Marianne if she can get this done.
She's got to get that clip, which it's like she's listening. And it's interesting, you notice they're all clipping it by swinging the clip into the rope rather than it's just so much easier. The rope is tensioned, you can clip it.
I don't think this is going to be any problem for Sina Gertz here, and she will move into the top spot. She'll get this done. Needs to make the match. Don't make a mistake here, though. There it is. Match in. That will count. Awesome work from Sina.
And it's interesting because this is the same thing that happened in Saasfe. We're going to have a time tie again, which is cool because it is supposed to be a race.
But it just shows what we were talking about. The fact that the route testers think this is difficult, it's like, no, you can go harder.
You can go way harder.
And I know that will annoy people.
Oh, certainly. But you could put the women on the men's route, and I bet you most of them would get almost to the big box, if not further.
I've watched so many training sessions with women and the men's, and, it's a discussion, and we're improving. This sport is growing.
That's the whole point. It's a growth. We have to grow as a team. We have to grow as a sport. We have to learn, and the route setting is going to change.
Yeah.
I mean, we're seeing things now with that hanging ring thing.
Yes.
That never used to happen in competition.
No, it didn't.
The Saasfe metal ring that's terrifying.
The slide down the pipe.
Oh my gosh. The pipes this year, that's been insane.
I like the fact that you guys are quite open to it as well. We should explain. I don't think I said Eric's on the USA team.
I am on
what
the
you're talking about.
Yes. But it is... That's what we want. I mean, that's what, like, you go to the ice coop and you see the weirdest stuff that we can come up with. Like, I go to the hardware store and I buy pipe fittings to make new holds because it's like, how can we create something no one's ever seen before?
Yeah.
That's the idea. You want a competitor to come out and be like, I don't know how to climb that. And then get on it. Like the pipe when they did it in Bern.
Yeah.
And then the day after finals, it broke.
Yes.
Because one of the American athletes climbed it and broke it.
I remember. That was that. Yep.
Yep. But then in Saasfe, they put a thing on the end of it so it wouldn't break.
Yes.
They learned the lesson.
I'm glad they learned the lesson because it was a big fall, that one. Not ideal. Right, Benjamin Bossard is out, and he is a gentleman who could really make a play to the overall. I said it at the beginning, but Young Yun is not here, and I'm not sure if he's registered for Canada yet.
He's not.
No, so this is Benjamin's chance to catch him. Team Korea were very prevalent throughout the opening rounds, but this North America side of things they've stayed away from.
It's hard with a growing sport to go to 3 different continents in a year.
Yeah, it is.
And I talked to the Korean team about that when we were in in Cheongsong. And they really would like to be here, and they just can't be.
Yeah, it's expensive, especially traveling from Korea to
Europe. My gosh, it's so much. And it's like you got to fly around the whole world in 3 months.
Yeah.
Not to mention, like, jet lag and altitude. Like, we're higher here than... Chamonix is maybe the same altitude as here, might be a little lower.
I think it's a bit lower, yeah. We're a mile high here, aren't we?
Yeah.
All right, so Benjamin, positive move. He's a very tall man, uses that height to his advantage. Remember that sun that is pretty blinding on the jump.
It looks hot out there.
It does. Well, Melody, thank you, Melody. 15 degrees, she's saying out there.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's funny because Melody is in that crowd.
Yeah, she is. She's watching.
She's just sitting there watching.
She was in charge of
thing.
the VIP tent, apparently. So I was requesting beers, but she I don't think she's put one to one side for me. I know. All right, Ben. Let's see what you can do. The American Alpine Club, one of our supporters here up on the wall, as you can see. And this is where Tristan did this. He went to the higher one, changed his mind, and kept with the lower one.
Yeah, I don't know if you need the higher one.
No. Well, not.
It depends, That hold is a torque. It's 2 pieces of metal that you're twisting your tool into to gain purchase. And it's a new hold. No one's seen it before.
Oh, wow.
Brand new for this comp. They just... The devious hold creators came up with that. Guys at... Bless you. Guys at SM Holds.
SM Holds, right. Okay, so Benjamin is looking really confident on his feet, actually. Everyone else has kind of wobbled around here. He's looking good, although now he starts to do the wobbling.
Well, and he's more front point in. A lot of people have just been kind of using the rakes of their crampons to balance, but he's really going the front point side.
I actually kind of think he's not done that very smoothly, and he's got
he
a
looks
weird
a little
position to jump.
Nervous.
I think he needs to turn a bit more.
Yep.
He could be in trouble here.
All right. Oh, my goodness.
That was
He went straight into the 4.
Yeah. That was risky.
That was really
we were
risky.
both like sort of squinting at the screen there. Just the position he was in.
Well, and he did that so fast.
Yeah.
He was ready to go. It's interesting now that people are grabbing it with their hands because that seems like... I was wondering if they were going to say you can't use your tools and you had to jump one-handed into it.
I'm so glad they didn't.
I mean, it would have been really entertaining.
Yeah. Yes. That is true.
Nothing like a one-arm pull-up while you're holding 2 ice axes in the other hand.
Just want to shout out Greg Cooper, by the way, who says he's at work, clearly not working. That is the best kind of work, Greg. You are a hero. Well done. If anyone else is at work but not working, please let me know, because, Sunday afternoon. Who wants to work on a Sunday anyway? Definitely be watching ice climbing, please. Okay, this is the move, though. And it's weird because of all the moves, it's kind of not very obvious that this is the hard bit, but it is.
He's skipping a hold here, too. There's that little green hold that he seems to have forgotten that it exists.
I wonder if he can...
It's hard to see. It's right on the other side of that volume. It's kind of on the top.
You are so right, Eric. And now...
There it is. Now he saw it.
Yeah. Still ignored. Oh, no.
There it is. Yeah. He might have thought he could skip. I mean, we saw that in the women's semis where they skipped like 4 holds in a whole box just by knowing that it was there.
Yeah.
That was really impressive, too.
It was. Very hard to do it like that, but Lorena was super smooth.
Very hard, but very efficient. Mm-hmm. It allowed her to save probably a whole minute of climbing.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Benjamin has clips to go here.
He does, and he needs to get that clip that's kind of behind his butt.
Yeah. Now he'll look at it.
It's much easier to clip behind you than it is in front of you in these figure fours. Because you get all twisted up in the draw ties. Dog bones. They're called dog bones. I don't know where draw ties came from.
No, where does dog bone come from?
Because they look like a dog bone. The short ones do. You know, when they're long slings like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's
I mean, yes.
that's the American climber in me coming out.
Yeah. All right, this is way back behind his head here. Awkward to get to. Benjamin is looking good. I think he might overtake Tristan. Because Tristan got all types of tangled up in this next move.
Luna.
Sorry, Luna.
But Tristan and Luna were 0.1 of a hold apart.
They were very similar positions. I did get it wrong. So thank you. Benjamin's struggling too.
It's a big... Oh, he got it. There you go.
It's the way it swings. As you go up, it pushes you backwards.
Yeah, the whole thing kind of levers away.
Exactly. He's close to... 36, remember, is the final hole. So he's got some moves to come here.
Was that 10 more moves?
Yeah.
9 now, and he's got 26 seconds.
Not enough time, is it? Oh, what happened there? It was ejected away from the wall.
Either that's a really bad hold or the hold broke. And I'm guessing it's a bad hold.
Yeah, I don't know if a hold broke. We'll maybe try to get a replay if we can on that one, but we'll see. Because it was such a fast moment. He just fired off from the wall.
He might have been. He pushed really hard on the bottom of that volume.
Look at his checking. He won his first World Cup the other day, and he might have just got to his second with that performance.
He might have.
He's definitely guaranteed third, so guaranteed gold. But we've got Keenan to come, who's looking on form, and Virgil, who's looking powerful as well.
And Benji. Oh, no, that is Benji.
Yeah.
Never mind. I was thinking of Jonathan, but he already went.
Well, he's guaranteed a medal, whatever happens here. What colour will it be for Benjamin? Oh, we do get to see a replay. Let's check this out.
Oh, so I think he kicked himself out of the hold.
You know what? I was looking at whether there was a hole broke there as well. It was quite difficult to see. Well, we'll have to find out.
Lorena has been an absolute beast to watch this weekend.
All right, next up is Lorena Beck. She was the one who did that crazy hold skip sequence. And I was really impressed with her during semi-finals.
Yeah, she's looking really strong.
So, underway.
Just cruising up the easy part.
Oh, the
getting ready.
Massive. It's such a cool little squad moving around the world together.
It's cool. They travel the whole world. They do this whole circuit, and they're all really
related.
strong.
It's just a family trip for them.
Well, I was talking to a few of the men's team earlier, and I said, well, where do you guys train? They said, we have a structure and a bouldering gym in Liechtenstein.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
It used to be used for comps. It hasn't been for, I think, 3 years or something.
Wow, they need to bring it back.
I know. It's a big one and really good.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, I know.
We're slow. Yeah, no kidding. We're slowly getting there in the States. I love that we have a comp here now.
It's brilliant.
It's great.
I've really enjoyed being here.
It's
what I love though is when I come here for the IFSC, you guys have the same snacks for IFSC and UIAA. It feels quite homely when I get back. There's a gummy. I've got it in front of me actually. These are just the best.
Oh my gosh, Welch's fruit snacks.
Yeah, fantastic.
These are what we grew up with eating in school. Like I can taste the purple one of these without putting it in my mouth.
Amazing. All right, Lorena's into the corner now. This volume that's bolted on just create a bit of texture.
It's kind of bizarre too because it's only like halfway on the wall.
Yeah, you can't use the side.
No, you can't. They were in the technical meeting. They said, "Please don't hug the volume." It's like,
I didn't understand it in the technical meeting. Then you see it in real life, and you get it. You're like,
yeah, this makes total sense.
Jug. Yeah. Now Lorena's in a Fig 4, which is interesting.
She couldn't reach the volume. She needs that height.
Has anyone else done it like this?
I don't think so.
No. But it works.
It works perfectly. I mean, when in doubt, a vertical 4 will get you another foot in the air.
True. That shadow on the wall just shows where the sun position is really on the athletes. Oh, that was not right.
Goodness.
Reset for Lorena.
You got it. There it is.
I think that was one of those which is more scary to watch than for her.
Mm-hmm. I think she was very much in control.
Yeah, she had it.
That green hold, the little green hold on the bottom of that volume is really good.
Okay, well,
it's
the one
just
moved through.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a really nice little chip.
All right, moment to pause here. She just took her time with that clip because a hard sequence is coming. The ones who haven't done it have jumped. The ones who have done it have hit it statically. Up towards the wrap. And this is another reason why the jump is tricky. If you were to jump from that side, that's a better position. She's looking to jump, But we know how analytical she is with these movements.
And you can see, so she turned her hand. She's in reverse grip in second position now.
So now we think she'll stretch?
It'll push her hand down further.
Okay.
If she was in regular, it would pull her hand off the wall. By switching, she can push into it as she moves. She's going to jump.
Yeah, she is.
And she's going to miss.
Did she touch the hold?
With the dyno rules now, she probably would get a 0.1 off of that.
Okay, because you're positively moving.
Yeah, it's really... that's up to the judges.
All right, well, Lorena is done. We'll have to wait and see her final position for that one.
They are quite possibly the bravest folks in the venue right now. You think about when you're on the end of that rope, your climber falls, you're going up, they're coming down.
Okay, so Lorena Beck will undo that. Not just one to come, and it is Kat Shirley out and about. And then we've got Keenan up next from Team USA. Let's talk, and there is the result. So let's see. So she's in fourth. So that's 17.1, which 3 of them have got. Count back, obviously making a difference.
Yep. Yeah, we got 3, a tie. All those 17 points. So she did get the point. She got the point 1 for the dyno.
Yeah. Now, this man, Keenan, is an interesting character.
Oh, yeah.
On the USA squad, he's been studying this year, right? So
yeah, he said, I'm going to take the year off and just kind of, go to college and study. But I'm going to do 2 comps, only the close ones. And I'm just going to... I think what he does now is he just spends most of the time on the moon board and the tension board and,
Okay, just bouldering.
Yeah, climbing V11 and just, having fun.
Yeah.
Just casually.
Picks up some tools and gets into finals. First time.
Sure, of course.
But
he's so strong. He just won UIAA.
Yep.
And
I remember last year, my first season, everyone was like, watch Keenan. Because they were like, you'll like him because he's really good at bouldering and he uses his hands a lot. And he does.
He does, yeah. And he's just fun.
And he looks very, in no way worried.
No, he's just having a good time.
Yeah.
He's here to have fun, and he's got a great comp mentality. He comes into it, he's really having fun, and then he locks in on the wall and just has a good time.
Okay, so up he goes. Expecting no issues through the bottom of this one.
It's been cool to slowly watch the new extremes seep their way through the competition scene.
I haven't played with them yet. Are they good?
They're similar. The shaft is the same. It's a different color.
Okay.
There's a new pick, which is the kind of dream child of Keenan and Tyler Kempney.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and that's now the competition pick.
So rated for dry tooling rather than sort of...
Yeah, it's called the Total Dry 2.0, and it has integrated cheeks, and it's shorter, and it's got a beak that's made for these holds, and it's got a beveled edge. It's really nice, actually. And then they've also come out with a competition handle, which is kind of like a hand and a half, much more like a competition tool than the original Extreme, which was just it fit one hand in it.
Okay. And they are one of the main sponsors for this event as well. So if you're listening to this and you're here, you can go down and try out the tool.
You should. They're nice.
I don't know why I haven't done that. Here am I saying
they're all down there.
Yeah, I know. We're going to have a play. Right, Keenan struggling a little here. Not any. Oh yeah, he's just.
That's a big move. You got to hook it. There it is.
But this is where this lack of comp experience might start to play.
I mean, he's been competing since he was like 15.
No, I mean this year.
Oh, sure.
You know,
absolutely.
it's kind of like, you're not used to. I know he won UIAA, so he's got a bit of.
Sure, but it's a completely different comp.
Yeah.
I mean, UIAA was rock for the first 20 meters.
Yeah.
It's a completely different style.
Yeah, so we'll have to see if he's adapted. He's going to have to get used to it quick, though. One chance only.
I mean, it's interesting. A lot of the people on the tour, if you do the whole tour, by the time you get to here, you're kind of locked in. You know the holds, you know how to move, you know the plywood. Everywhere the plywood's different, though.
Especially if you've been doing the European rounds as well.
Of course. Oh my gosh,
Do
that's
you guys have a national, like a Into America series?
Not really. We have more local comps. Like we had where USA Tryouts was a comp, and then we have UIAA, which was an American Cup, and
he's so chill.
Yeah, he just looks calm.
Everyone else has struggled with that turn. He just turned around.
So he's going in first. A lot of people have done this in second.
Oh, he's just got the beans to pull it off.
Oh yeah, it's like almost like a basketball reference, just like a slam dunk.
Yeah,
straight into the hole.
Yeah. And his arms were kind of always bent and stayed bent.
And that helps.
Stretch out.
Yeah, if you lock your arms, your hands can't take the impact and they'll explode out. But if you bend your arms and engage your shoulders, it's really...
Yeah.
Oh, and it's moving a lot. Come on, Keenan, you got it.
It is, and he's a bit far away from... We've seen a couple of people struggle with this.
Yeah. But this seems to be the beta. Grab the ring, reach up high.
I would just climb the rope. Maybe they've been told they can't.
Oh, but he's also got... There you go. Okay, yeah, just make it look easy. There you go. Yeah, sure.
A readjustment of the rope. Yeah, maybe they've been told to not climb that rope then.
It's very possible.
Because you'd think you just would, wouldn't you?
Well, but it would give it away if they went into the athletes when they were in ISO and they said, hey, okay, there's a rope with knots in it. You can't climb it. They would be like, you mean there's a rope with knots in it? This is a lot harder for him than it has been for everyone else.
It is, isn't it? I mean, it is a bizarre feature, let's be honest. I mean, no one has practiced this. Funny, I was swinging around on that the day before the competition.
Yeah, you were.
We're very similar, me and Keenan. Yeah, he is not enjoying this move, and he's got to be careful. Yeah, because he's... well, that says he's got no time, but I'm not sure that's right. He must be very close to being timed out.
He's probably got like 2 minutes left.
Okay. Yeah, we can't exactly tell you exactly what the clock is, but you reckon about 2 minutes. So he's not in danger of timing out yet.
No. Okay. There it is.
Locks it in.
He just needed the crowd.
Yeah.
He just needed people to cheer for him.
And
he's like, oh, now you're ready for me? All right, I'll go up.
They're very happy to do so as well.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is one of the best atmospheres of the season, actually.
You know, it's funny I was about to say that.
Yeah.
I think this is the loudest crowd I've heard.
Yeah, Korea was a big crowd. But
Korea was a big crowd, but they were quiet.
They were.
And Sasfe was a big crowd, but the music was so loud in Sasfe you couldn't hear anything.
And Champagne are in the middle of nowhere, so there's less of a crowd on
And it's freezing out there.
It is cold. Yeah. Right, Keenan, has 19. He's got to get to 27, so he's way outside of the podium. Might need to pick the pace up a bit here.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, Keenan. Well, he had fun.
He did.
He's smiling.
Yeah, first World Cup of the year. All right, now, Eric, I know this is a weird one, but...
I'll see you later.
We're going to kick you out, mate. Thank you so much. Remind us of your Instagram, because you've got a weird one, haven't you?
You can follow USA Ice Climbing. Or just as well, absolutely.
Fair enough. Well, thank you so much, Eric. Right, we're going to bring in a very special guest. Kat Shirley approached me the other day and told me that... And in fact, Eric, can you come back for Virgil? Is that right? So, Kat approached me the other day and said, can my friend come and commentate my run? And because I'm saying yes, we're saying yes. So, could you please introduce you? Who are you?
Hi, I'm Kelsey Byerly. I'm one of Kat's friends from CU Boulder. Mm-hmm. We met as a part of the Alpine Club at CU. And yeah, kind of just went from there. Kat is an electric person. She's so fun to watch climb. And I mean, it's a thrill to see her on this stage. She excels here.
She's such an amazing athlete, and it's awesome that you know her as well. So can you tell us any Kat secrets?
Oh my gosh, I actually have a list.
You have a list?
We made the other night. We called them Kat Facts.
Kat Facts. This is
And
wonderful.
so first, I do want to make it clear, Kat is not a cat.
She's not?
No, she's not. She seems to be a Homo sapien.
Right.
The next Kat fact is that before one of her UIAA competitions, she did pee in the gorge. Right. And she was quite proud of that. She wanted me to say that to you guys.
It's cold down there.
It is cold down there, but when you got to do it,
that's true.
Those pre-race jitters,
I'd be very
as well.
concerned about certain bits freezing off.
You know what? I think she makes it work.
Okay.
And that's a beautiful thing.
That's good. All right, well, Kat is underway, and she has all of the crowd behind her here. She had a super smooth semi-final, the only athlete to top out that route. She's the favourite on paper, but she needs to get high on this route. We've seen her top. That means she needs to do it quicker than Marianne did it.
She does. It's interesting to see it come down to semis like this. It's really intimidating.
Right, if Marianne does win, it'll be her first gold medal. So whoever wins this is winning.
I just hope they have fun.
I don't. I want some blood, sweat and tears out there and all. I want some story.
That's a good answer.
Oh, sorry, Sina got a top as well. So Sina's leading,
Yes.
Marianne second.
It's really tight right now.
Yes, it is. So those two guaranteed medals, but what colour? Kat's the only one who can do something about it, and the support's coming through on YouTube now. Nicholas is behind her as well.
And speaking of medals, last night she made it to be that she holds 7 out of the 10 World Cup medals for the U.S. team.
Outrageous, eh?
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. She's the star at the moment. Right, but she's got to keep it together through here.
Right.
So big Stein pull down low.
Oh, big move.
Have you got any more cat facts you can drop
I've
in?
got so many cat
Brilliant.
facts.
Whenever you feel like it, drop a cat fact.
Okay, I would love to. During the summer, she's a Via Ferrata and a rock guide
Good cat fact.
down in Uray.
I'm going to have a piece of content now called cat facts, and every week we'll just drop a different one.
I bet you could get a lot of cat facts out of her. She's quite an interesting one.
She is. Now, this move's caused a couple of problems with some, but most have got through it okay. She's just adjusting her left crampon there. She's okay now. Shaking out a bit of pump out that left arm. No one else has really paused here.
She's just precise like that.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
power.
nice. And her favorite animal is a chicken, so that could be where she's getting all this power from right now.
Are chickens known to be powerful climbers?
Not in particular, but they're inspiring.
Right there. I will be honest, I've never been inspired by a chicken, but there's a first time for everything.
You can be now.
Okay, I
You can be now. Yeah.
Right, she's through this move, but this is the moment. Everyone who's done it successfully has not jumped. And she was reading it with some of the ones who did it statically, so I'm not expecting her to jump. Look how comfortable she looks in that position.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, she does train at the Coop, and that kind of technical setting is a lot like this, which I'm sure is amazing.
Oh, she does drop it! So she went for the jump, and that is not going to be the fairy tale, but it does mean that Sina Gertz will make that 4 out of 4 gold medals.
Amazing. Wow,
And
good
I'm
job.
pretty sure that is guaranteed the overall win for Sina Gertz, especially with the Korean team not going to the next round. So that is the overall title, unless something bizarre happens for Sina. Kat, unlucky on the day. It's not going to be. It's one of those things, and I think she knows that.
And that's all right. And she's strong, and they're all strong, and so awesome for Sina.
Awesome. Well, look, thank you for coming in for a little bit of a guest commentary session.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been a pleasure.
It was awesome. I love the cat facts. Please send some more. Thank you so
Will do.
much. We'll
Take
see you in a
care.
bit. Right, we're going to bring Eric back. I like this special guest in the commentary box. This is fun. We'll do this more often. All right, Eric will come and join us. Such a disappointment for Kat, but she's just going to have to take that in a stride, isn't she, Eric?
She did the jump.
Yep. Everyone who's done it, eh?
Oh, let me tell you, I've got some updated beta. It is cold out there.
Oh, is it?
It got cold fast. It's windy.
Okay.
And it was interesting. Kat was shaking out a lot as she was climbing up.
Yeah. I
Looked
don't think
like
she was
that
cold. Yeah, maybe it's that. Maybe she thought it was going to be warmer and didn't warm up.
Maybe,
that much,
yeah.
Perhaps. He says, make.
Oh, I can't believe I was right under her for that jump, and it is. Now let's see how good Virgil goes.
Yes, now Virgil has had one of those seasons a bit up and down. He was the talk of the town at the beginning of the season, and he just needs to kind of fulfill those expectations now. He won in Saas-Fee last year, bit of a surprise, and this is the thing, you win a World Cup, suddenly people start expecting you to win World Cups.
Yeah. And then they talk about how good you are,
Yeah.
and then...
People like me ruin people like him. Okay, Virgil, keep it together here, though.
I always wonder when you get up to that level and you're climbing and really good like that, do you rewatch these videos and hear what commentators are saying about you so they can blame it on you? You know, it's like, oh, he said that, that's why I felt.
Do they do that?
I don't know.
I hope they don't.
I'll keep you posted.
Oh, my goodness. I've never had anyone come up to me and have a... I've had people
Well,
give me some feedback.
Sure.
Of course. And that's fine. I like
Yeah,
the
of
feedback.
course,
I
you
wanna
want
know.
feedback.
But I've never had an altercation yet. That's always the first time. Big stretch up for Virgil. He make that
yeah.
sequence look easy there. And remember, Benjamin Bossard is the one to beat. 27 is his score.
I want to see someone get to the top.
I'd like to, yeah. I'm not sure how realistic it is, honestly. Like, it's such a long route for the man.
I mean, it's interesting. They've made everything so long this season. We saw that. We saw it in Korea.
Yeah.
We saw it in South Fe. They added, what, another 20 meters or something onto the top of that thing? The thing's massive now.
It is. I think maybe unnecessarily so.
Well,
it was huge to begin with.
Yeah, no kidding. And now we can't watch Luna do backflips off the top of it, which is always the best part.
Isn't it Yannick Glattard who's first started it?
I think it was,
I think it was, because I remember filming him and being like, oh my goodness, you are now my new favourite person.
There's really something to be said for getting to the top, topping out, pulling slack, and then being like, all right, now watch me do this flip off the
with
top
spikes
of
on his feet. Yeah. Right, Virgil, he goes for the highest hold. Not many have done that.
Oh, and he's coming in different here.
Ooh, okay.
Everyone else has come into this on top.
Yeah.
He's coming in reverse. It looks like he's almost steining. But he made it. I mean, he looks comfy.
Now, somewhere between everyone else and Keenan, there's a nice middle ground for how casual you could be.
Yeah.
Because Keenan was too casual for me.
I agree. And look at his heel. He's flat on that box.
Risky.
He's not...
Now he drops it.
Yeah, now he drops it down to turn.
Okay, that's better.
It looks a little uncomfortable almost.
It's awkward,
The ring is turned. It's in the nice, easy position for him.
Got to get this right, though.
There it is. Maybe not as comfortable of a four as Benji did, but he's still there.
Benji made a real flow.
Oh my gosh, that was the best flow.
Yeah, that was very impressive for me. It'll take some beating. Whatever happens to Virgil here, it'll take some beating.
And he's fighting for it. That thing is far away. It looks... The video does not give enough justice to how far away that is.
The way the rope is attached, right, the box is moving independently from the rope.
Absolutely, and it cantilevers the box away from it, so you have to kind of fight it back.
It's just irritating. Every time you take a move, it goes away from you. Look, it changes direction every time. You got to be patient.
Yeah, he's waiting it out.
Did you see the way he stopped it with the foot underneath as well? The movement.
Oh, and he's right on the edge. Come on, you got it. There it is.
It's interesting. I know there'll be opinions about it. In fact, someone's just commented, is it climbing or a playground? And I'm not sure how I feel about it. I like the spectacle, but I know it could maybe go too far, but maybe we're not there yet.
So the argument is qualification is supposed to be pretty hard. Semifinals is supposed to be really hard. It's how techie can you climb. Finals is a show.
Okay.
It's all about making the crowd happy.
Yeah.
It's still hard, but you want everyone to be like, oh my gosh, look at that crazy move they just did, not... wow, you fell off of a hold that I can't see from 30 feet away.
And that's a good point, Eric, because it's more inspiring to see that.
Oh, totally.
Than watching someone sketch around on something.
And you know, if you're falling off something that no one can tell is hard, and they're like, well, why'd they fall off? That looks like a jug.
That's a good point. Well, he's seen the green hole that Benji missed.
Yeah, well, I think he knew it was there. I think, you know, you get in the moment, you're moving so fast, you forget.
Yeah.
Right? You've planned the whole thing out. They've drawn the whole thing out in a paper notebook because you can't have any technology in ISO. They've talked through every permutation.
Yeah.
And he was the last one to go, which means he's sitting in there by himself, just listening to the crowd.
It's one of those things I would love to be... I just watch him on this. He's making a bit of a mess of this clip. Gets it now. Yeah, it's such a privileged position. So few people in the world get to be last in ISO. You know, and I'd imagine it's a very special moment.
It's special, but I think it's also kind of... It can be very overwhelming if you're not ready for it.
Oh my God, we've got a celebrity on the stream, by the way. That's Not Real Climbing podcast. Ginny listening. She does a wonderful podcast with the IFSC athletes. It's fantastic. Check it out on YouTube. Subscribe. I've got an episode which I think is her highest ever viewing one, so you've got to watch that. Hi, Ginny. Right, Virgil.
Nothing like a shameless self-plug.
I don't think it's not even my podcast, that's the thing. She's a good friend. All right, hard moves to come for Virgil as he transitions between boxes now.
He's about 10 seconds faster than Benjamin was here.
Yeah, he's fast, isn't he?
But now he needs to move, which he's not doing.
By the way, comment, guys, do you want Ginny from That's Not Real Climbing podcast to do some ice climbing? I think she should, frankly. There's some great characters here. Right, Virgil leaning right back here as that rope is super awkward around the box. But this is the power move coming
This is the power move.
The crowd know how close he is, though, to taking this. He's in bronze medal at the moment. Ladavat and Bossard ahead of him.
Come on.
He's got to make the clip first, though.
which he shouldn't do. He should move.
That's Benji down on the bottom right.
It's them shaking hands.
He thinks it's over, doesn't he? Look, Rob's shaking his hand too.
The thing, it is over.
Oh, it is over now, right? Yeah.
But the thing is, Virgil right now doesn't get a spot. It's Tristan and Luna because they both have the .1.
Yeah, so he does need to do one more.
So he needs to get that hole.
Yeah. Close that time.
Come on.
Less close, and the time is really close. It's disappeared off our screen.
5 seconds.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
Come on, Virgil.
Will he do this touch?
Oh, I think he just timed out. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, ask for a little support. There you go.
No, he is timed out, so he grabs the draw. So if the score stays like that, that means Bossard takes his second gold in a row. The man who everyone said last year should be winning World Cups has now started to fulfill that promise. Third place for Devon, though, as it stands. And he's happy with that one. Oh, there we go. That is the end of our comp, and we'll get confirmation of the results. But Benjamin Bossard, 27, way out in front for the men. Fantastic from him.
Good for Virgil.
Yeah, that was impressive stuff from him.
It looks like Tristan didn't get the .1. No. So, there you go.
There we go.
1, 2, 3.
All right, guys. Well, we are almost done here, but just a reminder that we continue this feast of ice climbing because next weekend we go to Canada. Speed, of course, and all of the semi-finals and finals will be free on the UIAA channel. And also, do go and watch On Thin Ice. It's a free-to-watch documentary from last season made by the Tech Native crew who do your live stream for you. 5 episodes. It's well worth a watch behind-the-scene action of our athletes. Looks like it's very dark out there. It's not quite that dark, but the sun is starting to set.
It's getting there.
And the athletes will be celebrating on the podium in a couple of minutes. Let's get to confirmation. Benji winning 27 points. Luna after that 25.1. And Virgil, we just saw him, takes bronze. Then Tristan Ladevant, Jonathan Arthur Brown and David Bouffard. Great result for him, his best ever. Keenan and another best for Willis down in 8th, his first ever final. That's the men's, that's how they did it. And for the women, Sina Gertz, 4 out of 4. Incredible from her. Marianne, another medal. It was silver this time, revenge for her. And then Olga, great to see her back on the podium with the bronze. Next, Kat Shirley had a slip, can't. And then Lorena Beck, Vivian and Annetta all fell in the same places. Count back for those positions, and Ema last, who fell just before. Right. And then the final standings for the overall. Benjamin moves into the top spot. Young John is knocked off, and that will stay like that. So it all comes down to Canada. Luna versus Benji for that overall win. And what can Tristan do in 4th? Can he upgrade that score? That is the overall standings, remember, for 25. And for the women, Sina Gertz, unstoppable from her. Can she make it 5 out of 5 just to cement herself? Marianne in 2nd, 262. And Kat Shirley in touch, 230. Running back, Emir Rushin, who won't compete again this season, Vivian and Olga. That's our top 8 for the women. Eric, mate, thank you so much for joining.
It's been my pleasure.
It's been awesome as always.
Thank you.
Thank you to everyone who worked so hard behind the scenes, and thank you to the Climbing Collective who made this thing possible. We will be back in just a couple of days to Canada, Edmonton, for the next World Cup. My name is Matt Groom, and I will see you very soon. Good night, everyone. The sport of competitive ice climbing, fundamentally, is sport climbing with deadly weapons.
I don't know, there's something about it that makes us keep coming back.
It's a sport. The sport's brutal. The whole point in sport is that someone wins and someone loses.
Oh, she's in real trouble here. Look at the effort on her face. Shaking. Hits it and misses.
If you can win the lottery and how lucky you can be to win the lottery, I had exactly the opposite this week.
That's going to be gold. What a moment.
Again, using it a shot.
Oh my goodness. I should. No. My fingers weren't crossed hard enough.
I had my very, very first podium place on the World Cup.
Can she keep it together?
Surely not.
Oh my God, my shoulders hurt.
I know. This could be a top. It should be a top.
Yeah.
And it's going to
It's the first stop of the evening.
Marianne, I'd love to see her win a World Cup. She's got to at some point.
I am the American Alpine.
I am the American Alpine Club.
We're Jetpack Stickers, and we're so excited to be the official sticker sponsors of Winterfest 2025. We're more than just a sticker and label company. We're proud to be a part of this community. We're your neighbors, your friends, and a team of sticker fanatics who love to support artists, craft brewers, and outdoor adventurers like you. Check out jetpackstickers.com or swing by our booth today. Let's celebrate the fearless competitors, the adventurous spirit, and the community that keeps us all stuck together.
When you come to Longmont, it's easy to see the beautiful Colorado outdoors, the parks, the trails, all set against a Rocky Mountain backdrop. But there's so much more to find, like a vibrant downtown, or a museum that's hosted exhibits from Picasso to Lego, or community-owned utilities that include reliable power, abundant water, and Next Light Fiber Internet, repeatedly recognized as one of the fastest services in the nation. So whether you prefer to spend time making a splash, hanging at the festivals, or on the trails, we think that you'll find Longmont has it all. Longmont, come for the outdoors, stay for, well, everything.
Colorado sun, you keep me warm. You get a little cold sometimes, you leave before the storm. I ain't ever built a life all of my own, but I'm glad I found a place I can call home. Ooh, what a sweet little life it is. I ain't ever built a life all of my own, but I'm glad I found a place I can call home. Yeah, I'm glad I found a place I can call home. Yeah, I'm glad I found a place I can call home.